my attention, hero.
One day I'll pluck up the courage to follow my heart and shear that proverbial sheep.
Is today your lucky day? Will you find something standing in one of my chests? Marvelous chest. Marvelous chest.
Time I took up a new hobby, like bucket collection. It looks hard being a hero, eh? And that's Celeste yesterday. Isn't she hilarious?
Visit Virgo for all your chesty needs. In the market for a chest? Step into Murgo's Chest Bazaar for the best chests in Bright Lodge.
You're very brave, leaving your old job like that.
Wooden chests. Steel chests. Chests covered with jewels.
Bright Lodge had seen a lot of changes recently. The return of heroes, assault from fey creatures, and now exciting shopping opportunities. Its stalls were awash with curious new items. Magical brooms, bottomless buckets, chests that eat people. Not the sort of thing you want flying around unregulated. And prudent regulation was exactly what their new king excelled at. He dispatched the heroes to aid his top and only archaeologist, Penelope, who was hot on the trail of these mysterious goods. Penelope suspected the foul hand of crime, for these were difficult days to be an outlaw, the return of heroes having rather dried up the flow of good muggings, so they turned to more unusual law-breaking. Outlaws, she believed, had been pilfering from the strange worlds hidden behind the demon doors. But she wasn't about to hop through and tell them off unaided.
Demon doors are an exercise in exchanging treasure for dignity.
Ah, you've arrived at last. Now, I'm sure our thieves are just on the other side of the doors. I'd have started without you, but they seem reluctant to let us in. Hello? Will you please let us in and what have you?
I'll admit, you don't look like one of them. But better safe than sorry.
All he does is babble about his grand vision, which, of course, he won't share. Sorry, heroes.
Heroes? Well, why didn't you say so? You're just who I need to deal with these ruffians. Come along. My vision awaits.
Penelope let the heroes take the lead. After all, who knew what was lurking on the other side?
Are you just going to stare, or shall we make mischief?
To here. Isn't it lovely?
Didn't you learn your lesson last time? Oh, yeah!
It's wonderful to have visitors who really appreciate beauty, rather than greedy little thieves. Once in the distant past, some years in the future, all of Albion looked, or will look, like this. I was rather hoping you'd deal with these intruders without causing too much extra mess. When all this comes to pass, or you find out it already did, remember me as the one who possibly revealed it. I spent so many hours pondering the meaning of this bit. Meditative, relaxing, and now full of blood and grubby boot prints. Honestly, this bit probably means something important, but I'll be buggered if I can keep track with all this chaos.
Danger awaits.
At least you're only making a mess.
Albion no more.
The others made a mess and stole things.
Balverines. That was most unexpected. At least none of those had turned up in the Bright Lodge market.
To become such creatures, these miscreants must have found a powerful magic.
Outlaws and Balverines? Now that's a turn-up. Balverines normally see outlaws as dinner.
Oh, you want Balverines? Just you wait. Oh, nice one.
Most unfortunate. Well, we know where all the stolen artifacts are coming from. But Balverines? We're a long way from the bottom of this.
Well, isn't this a to-do and a half?
Prepare to face the light!
The door had promised them a story of Balverines, and it seemed they were going to get one.
Now listen, won't ya? My story's a pretty old one, but it'll really get your blood pumping. Once upon a time, all of Albion lived in peace and harmony. Nothing like these days when even a poor innocent demon door ends up full of bloody outlaws. Into this time of joy burst a terrible monster, the Balvorn. It spread terror across the land like something spready on a land.
I'll put you all down.
But such a terrible villain finds a mighty hero. From the thousands came one who stood against it, an hero to slay the Balvorn. But in his moment of victory, the hero was struck down. The Balvorn cursed him, even in the throes of death. Sneaky bugger. The curse turned the hero from man to beast. When he died, flowers grew around his grave. And how about this? The flowers passed the curse on to others. And now, the outlaws are using the Balvorn's eyes to become monsters on purpose. I'd have told you earlier, but I figured you were going to kill him anyway.
I am prepared, as always.
Well, that's that dealt with. Shame about my garden, but people cursing themselves can't be having that.
They'd had plenty of experience dealing with flowers, and this little spot of heroic gardening proved simple enough.
The Balvorn! Well, that explains a lot in a roundabout sort of way. It's a good job we arrived when we did. And we're only 2 doors in. Hiding inside. Come on, pop yourself open.
That's no way for a lady to speak to her elders.
She's only playing coy. I'm sure she'll open up soon enough. She doesn't want to be full of outlaws any more than I do.
Very well. I suppose one must take the help one can get.
Another story vandalized by outlaws. The heroes only hoped this one would have less gardening, and ideally, fewer Balverines.
Once upon a time, the world lived in darkness, an everlasting night. trees, the only light to be found in this perpetual darkness. They're very rare, so look with your eyes. But this light was not the fruit of the lantern tree, for all the light of the world had been trapped below the ground.
Come on! Just give us...
The light battled through the earth, drawn ever upwards by its need for the sky. But the earth was thick, and the light became entangled in the roots of the trees above. So, unable to break free and reach the sky, the light climbed the darkened trees.
What's this? Trap! Here!
The trees gathered the light, keeping it safe until it spilled free, flowing out across the land. Now these furry scoundrels have scooped up the light and imprisoned it all over again.
Another story saved from outlaw plunder. The heroes headed back to Penelope and to the final door.
Beware the albatross. Beware.
Oh, I'm having that right.
Valverines and now perpetual darkness? That's a combination to give a gal the worries. There's something afoot here. Sadly, our last link is this chap. And he really does seem past his best.
A moon. What? Through the night, there I am.
The other doors had told their stories more or less clearly, but the heroes would need to give this last one a little help.
A Great dreariness was upon the hearth. Many times it lasted. And in no time, it was gone. Ah, now you see, just you and me, that this tale is most surprising because... Now, where was I?
Trap ahead!
What are you all doing in here? Who let you in? You're not part of my story. There weren't any outlaws in my tale.
We are all in need of light. Let's try this. Let me know if your need is particularly urgent. I understand you need... Let's see if this... Go, you there, ruffian heel. I must admit I've been somewhat disappointed by these immortal stages.
They did this on purpose. They wanted me added, so I couldn't remember that they...
This is not your place, outlaws! Blazing beast! Now!
These hooligans didn't rob me. The moon was taken from my sky long before they showed up. But where?
To seize other people's possessions.
Where
At least
was
with
it?
a bit of grace.
Watch it! Trap!
course. My moon, lady of the night sky, was stolen and adored by people now long gone. She lies under her own sign, deep in the woods.
The heroes had successfully shooed the outlaws from the Demon Door Glade. But it seems they were already on their way out anyway, heading for the moon on a stick, as revealed by the final door. It simply wouldn't do to let the outlaws get hold of something so rare and mysterious that no one really knew what it was. There was no time to lose. The heroes returned to Bright Lodge and its now boring markets, and Penelope set to work. For thieves who become monsters at night probably shouldn't be allowed to touch the moon, on a stick or otherwise.
Get your chest!
What?
Looking for a chest? You won't find better.
This is going to be brill.
Green and ings. Can I help you?
Yes, for Sam!
Greetings.
Marvelous chest!
He's taken to drop
Marvelous chest!
He is nice.
Got anything exciting planned for today?
Our little chats always cheer me up, you know.
Magical treasures, protected from weather damage by top drawer chest.
Greetings, wondrous hero.
Is this going to be good?
Come one, come all! Roll up, roll up! Buy a chest for Virgo!
I thought you were dead. How wonderful. magical.
Penelope didn't waste a single moment in deciphering the door's memories. Having unearthed the ruins where the moon was to be found, she immediately set forth in search of the most exciting pottery yet. But she would once again require heroic assistance, and not just with the troweling, for the outlaws were still on the prowl and still under their Balverine curse. She was still working on what exactly the moon on a stick was for, but she was certain of one thing. Whatever the moon was, it just wouldn't do for those fuzzy hooligans to get their hands on it first.
Everything does look that little bit better in moonlight.
It. I have to say, when old Wendelglass started wittering about heroes, I really thought he'd lost it. But here you are once again and right on time. Marvellous at hitting vagabonds, excellent timekeeping. You really are heroes. I wonder. Aha! No, that can't be it. The way opens. Should be easy to recognize. Looks like and on a stick.
The things the outlaws had been stealing belonged to history, and if not to history, then at least to someone with decent breeding.
Slobbered at by unkempt, hairy monsters. Again.
Do opposition wait in fear?
Give us the moon, and we'll call it even.
Oh.
The outlaws were proving that they didn't deserve the moon on a stick. They were nothing but a disorganized rebel.
Hey, where do you reckon Pinellas has got to? Oh, no!
I came here seeking answers. Yet every day I spend leaves me with more things I don't understand.
Hey, yous reckon if we don't stop them, then this lot'll go round sniffing each other's bums and peanut trees every full moon then, eh?
What's so great about a stick?
Let us bring light to the darkness.
The temple had been abandoned for years, and as the heroes chased the outlaws deeper into the structure, they could feel it coming to life all around them.
A little bit.
The moon to us, and we might let you live. From the sky! Deal with this dark.
The Haymaker! The People's Champion!
Oh, that is right nice. Oh,
Value in life. Let's try for both.
The heroes continued aplomb through the temple. They were yet to locate the moon, but they seemed a lot more likely to find it than the outlaws.
ooh, eh? This is better than sitting on a rock, innit?
Ah, glad you could make it. Where history leads, heroes will follow, eh? And you're just in time for a little experiment. I've discovered this strange statue. seems to do what they say this moon on a stick will do. Temporarily, anyway.
You know, I used to think that an outlaw was one of them relatives no one else in the family talked to. You know, like an uncle with the funny lip or one who married his sister.
Awaits us.
The moon on a stick had lit up the statues as the sky swung wildly above their heads. They definitely couldn't let the outlaws get their paws on power like that.
Oh, very nice.
I'm out, my hairy fellow. Glory has a gift for you. The stars are my master. Sometimes I would quite like to just look at stars.
Let's try this. So, we'll be taking the moon, shall we?
Who's ready to kiss my hairy?
Thank you.
Reckon you're it.
Now I'll have
You'll like this.
So, who wants to see stars? Right now!
I think they're moving.
The heroes had no trouble clearing the outlaws from the temple, but given that they hadn't seemed to have noticed the giant stone moon, this was hardly a surprise.
I'm happy to be here, but we're a bit short on the fifth fellas front, aren't we? Don't get us wrong. You're great as heroes.
No,
but where's the lookers, eh?
Our academic is intriguingly adept.
Hurry! Hurry! We're a little behind those furry maniacs, but we can still do it. Stiff up a lip, pervert what's it on a little use of the grey matter. We just need to slay everything in our path and discover the magical key that will free the moon on a stick. Simple, really.
Let us try a little harder, yes? Under ambition leads to underachievement.
Must be something in here.
Penelope had revealed the temple's secret. Speak with the statues, and the moon would be theirs.
All right. That's good. Oh! Oh, the sky is falling.
Fragment! Burn! Be cautious!
Whoa! Oh! Oh! There's the moon!
Out of the chase.
The heroes had at least prevented the outlaws from stealing the moon on a stick, but they hadn't exactly acquired it for themselves either. The moon had escaped the prison that had held it for so long. And as it resumed its station as ruler of the sky, it banished the sun far from Albion. With the outlaws' tails quite literally up, the heroes returned to Bright Lodge with their more figurative tails between their legs. The moon would have to be bottled back up if they were to avoid a perpetual night of furry, bad-tempered ruin.